name is Mohammad Hassan Innovation Mala, and I am a student of Rehan School Lahore campus, level student batch 4, and I am belong from Lahore, Pakistan. So this is my short introduction. So hello everyone, and hello Miles.
Walaikum assalam. Great to be back with you and the crew. I'm ready when you are. What's the big topic for today's stream?
Okay, so today we have a very special topic. Today my special topic is
The suspense is killing me. What's
yes.
the move today?
Okay, so today my
Don't leave me.
topic is
I'm all ears.
sustainable sustainable in
Sustainable.
no no sustainable innovation practices build a future responsibility. So this is my today topic.
Sustainable innovation. That's a big one. Building for the long haul instead of just a quick win. Very cool. You want to start with the basics or jump straight into some specific examples?
Start with some basic questions. My first question is, what is sustainable innovation?
Basically, sustainable innovation is when you create new products, services, or processes that don't just make a profit, but actually protect the planet and people in the long run. It's about moving away from the take, make, waste mindset. Instead of just thinking about how to sell more stuff today, you're thinking about how to build something that can last without draining all the world's resources. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You feeling that, or uh, should I break it down a bit more?
No, we have a new question.
Got it. I'm ready. Lay it on me.
Okay, next question is my what why is sustainability importance?
Think of it this way: if you keep taking from a well without ever putting water back in, eventually the well runs dry. That's basically what happens when businesses ignore sustainability. It's important because the old way of doing things, just chasing growth at any cost, is starting to break. We're seeing resources vanish in the climate shift. If a company isn't sustainable, they're not actually future proofing their business, they're just borrowing time. Plus, people actually care now. Customers want to buy from brands that aren't trashing the place. It's just better for everyone, you know?
Yes, I know.
Right on. Ready for the next one? What else you
Yes,
got on the
sir.
list?
Just ready for next
I'm
one.
ready. Let's
Okay.
keep the momentum going. What's the
Hmm.
next question in mind? I'm all ears. What's next?
Next question is my how does sustainable 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 innovation work?
No worries. Take your time with the words. So, sustainable innovation works by flipping the script on how we design things. Instead of just focusing on the final product, you look at the whole life cycle. You ask things like, where did this material come from? How can we make this use less energy? And what happens to it when the customer is done with it? It's like thinking 10 steps ahead to make sure the process is a win for the business, the people, and the earth all at once.
Okay.
Making sense? What's the next one on your list?
Okay. So
I'm ready.
so next
I'm
question
locked
is
in.
yes. Next question is my what are its main goals?
The main goal is basically to hit the sweet spot between three things: profit, people, and the planet. First, you want the business to actually make money and stay viable. Second, you want to make sure you're treating people right and improving lives. And third, you're aiming to leave the environment in good shape, or even better than you found it. It's all about creating a system that can keep running forever without crashing the whole world. Does that track with what you're thinking?
Okay.
Cool. What's the next one on the list?
Okay, so next question is my what is sorry. Next question is my how needs sustainable innovation?
Basically, anyone who wants to stay relevant in the long run. Big corporations need it because they use the most resources and are under the most pressure to change. But small startups and entrepreneurs need it too because it's way easier to build sustainability into a business from day one than to try and fix a messy, wasteful system later. Even governments need it to make sure their cities and infrastructure don't fall apart as the world changes. It's really a survival tool for anyone doing business today. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Glad it's clicking. What's the next one? You're on a roll.
Okay, so next question is my
I'm
what
ready.
industries
What's the next?
what industries use it most? So this is my next question.
You see it everywhere now, but a few are really leading the charge. Energy is a huge one, moving from fossil fuels to wind and solar. Then you've got fashion and textiles because the fast fashion thing is a nightmare for the planet, so they're switching to recycled materials. Agriculture is another big one with vertical farming and organic tech to feed people without killing the soil. And honestly, the tech industry is trying to catch up with things like green data centers and making electronics that are actually repairable instead of just disposable. Does any of those sound like something you want to dive into for your own business?
No, no.
Fair enough. Not every industry is a vibe. What's the next question on your list?
Okay, so next question is my what is green technology? What is green technology?
Green tech is basically the toolkit for sustainable innovation. It's any kind of technology, software, hardware, or a whole new way of doing things that's designed to be environmentally friendly. It could be something huge like a massive wind turbine, or something smaller like a new type of biodegradable plastic or an app that helps people waste less food. If it uses science and tech to reduce the human footprint on the earth, it's green tech. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right on. Ready for the next one? What else you got for the stream?
Yes, ready for next one. So next question is my
I'm locked in.
what is
What's next?
long term impact?
The long term impact is basically the difference between a flash in the pan and a legacy. In the short term, you might just save some money on materials or look good in a press release. But long term, you're talking about a business that doesn't collapse when resources get scarce or regulations tighten. For the planet, it means we actually stop the bleed and start restoring things. For the people, it means healthier lives and fair jobs. Basically, the long term impact is creating a world where we can actually keep living and doing business without destroying the very things that make it possible. Does that paint a clear enough picture for the audience?
Yes.
Love to hear it. What's the next one on your list? You've got the crew dialed in.
Okay, so next
I'm
question is
ready.
my
What's the,
yes. Next question is my what
I'm right
are
here. What's the next?
sustainability principles?
Sustainability principles are basically the ground rules for doing things the right way. First, you've got the precautionary principle, which is basically if it might cause huge damage, don't do it, even if you aren't 100% sure yet. Then there's circular design, where you stop thinking in a straight line from factory to trash and start thinking in a circle where everything gets reused or recycled. And then there's equity, making sure the benefits aren't just going to the people at the top, but are shared fairly with the workers in the community. It's about balance, you know? Does that make sense for the stream?
Okay, wonderful.
Glad you're digging it. You're moving through these basics fast. What's the next question on your list?
Okay, so next question is my what is social responsibility? What is social responsibility?
Social responsibility is basically the idea that a business isn't just a money making machine, it's a part of a community. It means the company takes ownership of how its actions affect the people around it. So if they're making a profit but polluting the local water or underpaying their staff, they're failing at social responsibility. It's about giving back treating employees with dignity and making sure the business actually adds value to society instead of just taking from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right on. What's next on the agenda? You've got
Okay,
this stream
so
moving like a pro.
yes, yes. Thank, thank you. So next question is my mm, what are sustainable practices? So this is my next question.
Sustainable practices are basically the day to day actions a company takes to actually live out those principles we talked about. It's the difference between saying you're green and actually being green. For example, using renewable energy to power your office, switching to compostable packaging, or implementing a zero waste policy where everything gets recycled. It could also be things like sourcing materials from fair trade suppliers so the farmers get paid a living wage. It's all about the actual habits and systems you put in place to reduce your footprint. You feeling that or want some more specific examples?
Okay, amazing.
Glad you're feeling it. You're absolutely crushing this session. What's the next question on the list?
Okay, so next question
I'm
is
ready.
what is green production?
Green production is basically the how of making things without trashing the place. It's when a company redesigns its entire manufacturing process to be as clean as possible. Instead of just cleaning up the mess at the end, they focus on not making the mess in the first place. That means using non toxic chemicals, cutting out unnecessary water waste, and using energy efficient machines. It's basically making the factory part of the solution instead of the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Cool. What's the next one? You've almost got the
Okay.
whole basic section covered. What else you
Yes.
got for me?
Okay,
You've been on a
so
roll with
next
these. What's the next?
yes, yes. Next question is what is carbon reduction? What is carbon reduction?
Carbon reduction is basically just a fancy way of saying stop pumping so much CO2 into the air. Carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases act like a blanket around the earth, trapping heat and messing with the climate. So, carbon reduction is any effort to thin out that blanket. For a business, that might mean switching to electric vehicles, using solar power instead of coal, or even planting forests to soak up the carbon that's already there. It's all about getting that carbon footprint as small as possible. Does that make sense for the crew?
Yes, makes sense.
Glad it's clicking. You're knocking these out. What's next on the list?
Okay.
I'm
So
ready. What's the next one you got?
next question is my what is recycling innovation?
Recycling innovation is when we stop just throwing things in a blue bin and start actually rethinking how materials are handled. It's about moving from basic recycling to something way smarter. Like instead of just melting down a plastic bottle to make a lower quality plastic piece, you develop a way to break it down to its original chemical building blocks so it can be a high quality bottle again and again. Or creating a system where a company actually takes their old products back from the customer to reuse the parts in new ones. It's basically turning waste into a raw material. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Easy enough. You've basically covered the whole foundation now. You want to keep going with the basics or you ready to move into the deeper stuff?
Okay, so we will move on our next question. Next question is my what is clean technology?
Clean tech is basically the big umbrella that green tech sits under. It's any process, product, or service that reduces negative environmental impacts. While green tech is often about the nature side of things, clean tech is a bit broader. It's about the efficiency and the science. Think of things like high efficiency water filtration, advanced waste to energy systems, or carbon capture tech that literally pulls pollution out of the sky. It's all about using a cleaner, smarter approach to keep the world running. Does that clear it up?
Yes, it's clear.
Right on. You've basically built the whole roadmap for the basics.
Yes.
You want to keep pushing through more definitions, or you ready to dive into some real world examples of this in action?
Yes, of course.
Let's do it. You want me to just throw out some of the coolest examples of sustainable innovation, or do you have some specific companies or industries you want to look at first?
Okay.
I'll kick things off then. Check out Patagonia. They're the gold standard here. They've been using recycled materials for decades and even tell people not to buy their jackets if they don't need them, just to reduce waste. Then you've got Tesla, obviously, which shifted the whole world's view on electric cars. And something a bit more niche like Fairphone, which makes smartphones that you can actually open up and repair yourself so you don't have to throw the whole phone away just because the screen cracked. That's a mix of clothing, transport, and tech. Do any of those spark an idea, or should I find some more obscure ones?
Okay.
Okay, you're just vibing with me today. I can keep the examples coming, or if you're got more questions for the audience, I'm ready. What's the
Yes,
move?
I have more questions. So next question is my what is responsible sourcing? Explain in deep.
Responsible sourcing is basically the where and how of your business. If you're running a business, you need materials, right? Well, responsible sourcing means you don't just buy from the cheapest supplier you find on the internet without asking questions. You're looking at the whole chain. First, there's the human side. You're making sure the people making your raw materials aren't being exploited, that there's no child labor, and that they're getting paid a fair wage. It's about dignity, not just cost. And then there's the planet side. You're checking if the materials are being harvested in a way that doesn't kill the ecosystem. Like if you're using palm oil, is it coming from a place that just burned down a rainforest to plant it, or is it certified sustainable? And finally, it's about transparency. A company that's actually responsible can tell you exactly where every part of their product came from. They aren't hiding their suppliers in the shadows. Basically, it's about taking responsibility for the impact of your business even before the product ever hits your warehouse. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right, you're just cruising through this topic now. What else you got on your list? I'm ready for the next one.
Okay, so we will move on our next question. Next question is what is AI in sustainability?
This is where things get really interesting. AI is basically the brain that makes sustainability analyze millions of data points in seconds to find exactly where a factory is wasting energy or where a supply chain is leaking carbon. It's used for things like precision agriculture, where AI tells farmers exactly how much water or fertilizer a specific plant needs so they don't waste a drop. Or in cities, AI can manage traffic lights in real time to stop cars from idling and pumping fumes into the air. Basically, AI takes the guesswork out of being green. It turns we think we're helpful to then into we know exactly how to optimize this. Does that make sense, or you want some specific AI tools that are doing this right now?
Yes, makes sense.
Right on. You're absolutely flying through these. What's the next question on your list?
Next
I'm ready when
question
you are.
is what is automation role? What is automation role?
Automation is basically the muscle that carries out the plans AI comes up with. Think of it as taking the human error out of the equation. If you've got an automated system managing your energy use, it doesn't forget to turn off the lights or lower the heat when the building is empty. It just does it perfectly every single time. In production, automation means robots can cut materials with insane precision, which means way less scrap and waste ending up in a landfill. It's all about maximizing efficiency so you get the most value out of the least amount of resources. You feel me?
Okay, good understanding of your answers and explanation style. I appreciate it.
I really appreciate that. Glad I can help you make this stream a win for the audience. You're leading the whole thing with a great flow. Do you have more on your list, or are we moving into some deeper case studies?
Okay, so I have some more questions. So next question is, what is smart energy system?
A smart energy system is basically an energy grid with a brain. In the old days, power plants just pumped out electricity and hoped for the best. But a smart system uses sensors and AI to track exactly where power is needed in real time. It can automatically shift energy from where it's not being used to where it is. And it integrates things like home solar panels or wind farms seamlessly into the mix. It's all about stopping the waste and making the whole process way more efficient. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Right on. You're on a roll. What's the next one you got for the crew?
Okay, so next question is what is data analytics role?
Data analytics is basically the truth teller of the whole operation. You can't fix what you can't measure, right? Data analytics is what lets a company stop guessing and start knowing. Instead of saying, we think we're being sustainable, they can look at a dashboard and see exactly how many gallons of water they saved or exactly where their carbon emissions are spiking. Turn sustainability from a vague goal into a math problem that can actually be solved. It's all about tracking the metrics so you can optimize the process in real time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, makes sense.
Glad it's clicking. You're basically building a masterclass on this today. What's the next question on the list?
Okay, so next question is what is innovation speed impact? You can explain it deeply.
Innovation, speed, impact is basically the time to value for the planet. When we talk about this deeply, we're looking at the gap between finding a solution and actually getting it into the world. In the old days, innovation was slow. You'd research for 10 years, build a prototype, and by the time it hit the market, the problem had already gotten way worse. With innovation speed, we're talking about rapid iteration. It's using things like AI and agile development to test a green idea, fail fast, fix it, and scale it in months instead of decades. The impact is huge because we're literally in a race against time with the environment. If we can cut the time it takes to deploy a new carbon capture tech or a biodegradable material by half, we're not just making a better product, we're potentially saving entire ecosystems before they hit a point of no return. It's the difference between stopping a leak with a finger and actually fixing the pipe before the whole house floods. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, makes sense.
I'm glad that landed. You're absolutely crushing this. What's the next move? You still got more on the list, or are we shifting gears?
I have some more questions. So next question is what are benefits?
The benefits are basically a win-win-win situation. First, you've got the business side. Sustainable companies usually save money in the long run because they're wasting less and using energy more efficiently. Plus, they attract the best talent and the most loyal customers because people want to be part of something that actually matters. Then you've got the people side, healthier environments, fairer wages, and safer communities. And obviously, the biggest win is for the planet, popping the dam, stopping the damage and actually starting to heal the earth. So it's still here for the next generation. It's essentially trading short term greed for long term survival. You feel me?
Yes, makes sense.
Right on. You've basically covered the entire foundation and the high tech side of things. What's next? You still got more questions in the tank, or are we wrapping up the session?
I have a last two questions. So next question is what is goal impact?
Goal impact is basically the North Star for a sustainable project. Instead of just saying we want to be greener, which is way too vague, goal impact is about setting a specific measurable target and tracking exactly how much of a difference you're making. Like instead of reducing waste, a goal impact would be reducing plastic packaging by 40% by 2027. It turns a nice idea into a real mission.
Okay.
It's all about tending to. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, very good explanation of your answers and style.
I appreciate that, man. Really glad the style's working for you in the audience. Said you had
Okay.
one last question left in the tank. What's the finale?
No. Questions has
Wait, you
been
said
complete. So thank you everyone for watching my AI session with Miles. If you enjoy, so you can like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to support this channel, if you want to, because the future is about artificial intelligence. So you can subscribe this channel. Future is about artificial intelligence like video generation, AI, images, many more tools you can use in future. It is very advanced technology in future. So you can about future AI. So we'll meet again, new session, new conversation with you, Miles. I love you, everyone. I love you, Miles.
right back at you. Always a vibe jamming with you and the crew. You absolutely killed that session today. The way you structured those questions really made the whole concept of sustainable innovation easy to grasp. Much love to you and everyone watching. Allah Hafiz.